Good morning, and welcome to Coffee with the Colonel. Today is Friday, April 24th. This is episode 5, and today our topic is how do I create a home learning environment that supports e-learning engagements. First, I'd like to say that I wish I could have foreseen that we needed this tutorial weeks ago. But now we know for certain that this is our model of education for the rest of the school year, following the declaration by our governor, Governor DeSantis. Before we get started, I'd like to do a shout out for our mighty SMA drumline. You can see I'm wearing their shirt today, right? I miss hearing you guys practice every morning. It's always a joy to be able to walk by and listen to the cadences, and look forward to getting back to normal days when I can hear that again. Today we're going to focus on creating a successful learning workspace in your home. You don't have an office? I understand. Neither do I. At least not in my home, right? Nothing really that looks like a classroom in my home. So I need to set aside a space somewhere first where you as the adult, you can observe what they're doing, right? It needs to be set up specifically for learning. It needs to be a bright and cheery place. Even having a window where they can look outside. I know a lot of schools have gone to taking windows out of the classroom, and that's primarily because of security concerns. But really, windows are not a bad thing for education. To be able to have that natural light and to be able to glance out and see the beauty of living in paradise where we do, it's not a bad thing. It's fine. And really, it helps support that social emotional aspect and that wellness that is key to learning. You need to make sure that the computer is facing you when you walk by, right? So that you can just glance and observe and see that they're actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. Not that kids wouldn't do what they're supposed to do, but it happens once in a while. Headphones is a good thing for multiple reasons. First, if your child, like my daughter here, is working on watching a video, an instructional video, or a film that she's been told to watch, or she's listening to an audio book, or even listening to some music, you don't want that sound permeating the rest of the house. And by the way, it is okay for a kid to listen to music when they're reading. Quite honestly, a lot of times, especially those of us, and this includes me, who has a little ADHD, I need that to help keep me focused, and that's okay. Make sure you've got a good surface space where they can do some writing and drawing, take notes, calculations for math, whatever it is that they need to do to be successful. Make sure you have plenty of supplies, sticky notes, pens, pencils, paper, ruler, calculator if you need it for math, all that kind of stuff. Even, and this is for high schoolers, it's not true for my daughter because she doesn't get one yet, a cell phone. Cell phone is okay to have there. You know what? Learning is a social construct. Sometimes they need to talk to peers about what they're doing, and it's okay for them to do that. Just have an agreement with them that during this learning time, they're not just going to be on the phone socializing. They actually need to be working on assignments. But they may have a friend on speakerphone as they're both doing an assignment together. That's okay. They may be texting or Snapchatting back and forth about certain assignments. That's good. In a regular classroom, they would have each other's help to be successful with learning. And we want to encourage that to happen as well. Time management is a real key. Have a calendar set up somewhere with some very important dates, i.e. seniors, May 20th. The rest of you, May 29th, last day of school. It's a goal. It's good to have goals, short-term goals, long-term goals. You can also put when important assignments are due, and those are your short-term goals. Like every Friday, you might have to have something turned in for English class. Put it on the calendar. That's a good thing. Then you the mom or dad and the kid know, oh, I've got this due, I've got to get it done. Have a schedule for your learning space, right? You might have multiple kids or even an adult working at home that needs to use that learning space. We know that with both the middle school and the high school at SMA, our teachers' office time is 9 to 12. So make sure you give every kid some time during 9 to 12 to be online, to talk to teachers, whatever that may be. Now, some of them may have specific times that they need to do that for their Google Meet classroom or whatever. Make sure your kids are telling you when they have these things coming up so that you can work that into the schedule. Have the schedule posted. Make sure it's fair. Plus, and you are the one, the parent, who makes any scheduling changes, all right? That takes away any arguments and there's no confusion. It makes it a lot easier for everybody. Even if it's only an hour a day or 20 minutes a day or half an hour, whatever that they actually get during that prime time, that's okay. The rest of the day, you can schedule other times. Okay, Antonia gets from 6:30 to 8:30 every evening on the computer to work on assignments. That's perfect. That gives time for dad to get some time during the afternoon or the morning, and etc. All right? Snacks. Snacks are important. She just finished her breakfast, but normally it's always good to have some healthy snacks available during their learning time. All right? It keeps the body healthy. It keeps the social emotional wellness healthy and positive. But you've got to avoid some things. Avoid high carb snacks, chips, things with a lot of sweets in it. You want to avoid those things because they give you a sugar rush, but then you crash really fast and it's hard to keep that momentum going. Okay? It's the same with drinks. You want to have good healthy drinks like water or juice or even sports drinks once in a while, but no energy drinks. Energy drinks, once again, give you a great rush of energy and then boom, a big crash. And it's hard to come back from that crash. That is not a good thing. So keep it good, healthy snacks available during learning time. Back to the space itself, avoid letting students do their e-learning in the privacy of the bedroom. You know why? Too many distractions and it's hard to monitor. I know I go into my daughter's bedroom, she has lots of things that are distracting. One, the pillow is kind of distracting, right? Also, she has a tablet in there that she does her gaming on. She has her Legos. She has other toys. Whatever it is, the getting on the cell phone, doing just socialization instead of schoolwork. It's too hard to monitor and there are too many distractions. So just set the tone. You do your learning in this learning space. Make sure you schedule some time for them to be outside every day. Right now it's not a great time. It's a little rainy out there, but hopefully later this afternoon we'll have some a little bit of sunshine. She'll be able to go out and clean off her trampoline and do some bouncing around, go for a walk or a bike ride, anything that's going to get that energy level up, get some physical interaction going on, healthy body, healthy mind, right? Plus, you know what? Even high school students need recess time. Set your expectations high. Set your expectations high for success. If you tell them you can do this, you can be successful, they'll start believing it too. And you just keep supporting them like that. Set your expectations for communication high. Communication with the teachers. Have them show you the emails that they have with their teachers. Have them show you Google Classroom. Have them show you around Google Classroom. This is where my assignments are. This is where my grades are, etc. Keep it transparent. Email your student's teacher at least once a week. All right? Just to check in, see how they're doing, right? And that opens up a conversation where you and the teacher become more of partners. And you know what? When you email your teachers, CC your child. Transparency. They're in the conversation as well. And that really makes for a healthy learning environment. Finally, and most importantly, reward your students. Reward your students for their achievements, for their successes. Reward them for working in the schedule and for following your expectations for the learning environment. Everybody likes a pat on the back. You know, your reward may be allowing them to have that energy drink after learning time is over. That's cool. You know, as long as you're not abusing those things, that's a good thing, right? Rewards are good. I want to thank you for joining me for episode 5 of Coffee with the Colonel. I want to thank my daughter Antonia for being my model, and I look forward to seeing you next week for Coffee with the Colonels live again. And next week we're going to be talking about, so what does the rest of this school year look like? What does the end of the school year look like? And we're also going to be talking about what could August look like. We will be putting out questionnaires to get questions ahead of time, but once again, we encourage you next week at 9 o'clock to log in, get on to Facebook and follow the Coffee with the Colonel live, and post some questions and shout outs right then. Once again, thank you for joining me, Coffee with the Colonel. Have a blessed day, stay safe, and be well.